Asylum seekers are getting ready to sleep on the streets outside a Midtown shelter for another night after it reached capacity.
Mayor Adams says the city is reaching a breaking point. He says that so far the city has taken in 93,000 asylum seekers since the spring of 2022. To visualize that is enough people to fill the seats of Madison Square Garden nearly 5 times. CBS 2's Jessica Moore reports how the frustration outside the shelter has changed.
The tension we saw here over the weekend seems to have turned into more of an exhausted sadness as dozens of asylum seekers continue to wait for shelter. Tonight, growing calls for Washington to intervene in what is being called the worst humanitarian crisis this city has ever seen. Weary, tired, and desperate for a place to sleep inside, dozens of asylum seekers continue to camp outside the Roosevelt Hotel as the city's largest intake center is now completely full. City workers hand out sandwiches to the single men who have been camped out here overnight. The city says services at the Roosevelt are focused on placing children and families. Many are put on charter buses and sent to shelters upstate, while single adults are given tickets and told to wait outside. One nearby business owner says the situation is untenable.
This is the heart of New York City. JP Morgan is building here, everybody's investing in buildings, and they brought the processing center where? In the heart of the city? It makes no sense.
Mayor Adams says without federal help, the city will break under the strain.
It's not going to get any better. From this moment on, it's downhill. There is no more room.
Elected leaders rallied today begging President Biden to help by declaring a state of emergency and expediting work authorization for asylum seekers, many of whom are desperate to work but legally unable to do so.
New York City cannot and should not solve a national crisis on its own. It is time for the federal government to step up and do its job.
The mayor's office calls this a heartbreaking situation. Mayor Adams says he's doing everything he can under the circumstances. City Hall expects another 4,000 asylum seekers to arrive by the end of this week. Outside the Roosevelt Hotel, Jessica Moore, CBS 2 News.